It was Father's Day. The table was set, sunlight slanting through the blinds like thin blades. My wife, Claire, and her daughter Emma were laughing before I'd even unwrapped my gift. I played along, untying the neat blue ribbon, sliding the mug from its box. World's biggest disappointment. Their laughter was instant, sharp, and collective. Even Claire's mother chuckled from the end of the table. I smiled, not because it was funny, but because I finally understood something. I said, "Thanks." Then I stood, gathered the plates, and washed the dishes while they moved on to dessert. That night I packed my bags. Claire and I had been together 8 years. I married her knowing she had a daughter, 5 at the time, bright and loud, the kind of child who paints the walls and calls it art. I loved her like she was mine. Emma called me Dad by choice, not by blood. For years I believed we were a family. I worked, paid bills, fixed everything that broke. I watched them live, laugh, and love me just enough to keep me useful. Then small things changed. Claire started locking her phone. Emma began rolling her eyes at me like she was learning it from someone. I told myself it was nothing, a phase. But lies have a smell, faint, sweet, and rot hiding beneath. The truth came quietly. One night, Emma came home late from a friend's party. She was 17 then, drunk on borrowed confidence. She stumbled through the door, threw her bag on the couch, and said, "You're not even my real dad, so stop pretending you care." Her words didn't hurt. They confirmed what I'd already begun to suspect. Later, when I checked her phone, yes, I did, I found the messages, screenshots, a group chat between Claire, her mother, and Emma. Claire, "He still thinks we need him." Emma, "We do. Who else pays for Wi-Fi?" Her mother, "Be patient. He'll leave eventually." It was all there. Months of mockery disguised as domestic normalcy. Every dinner, every kiss goodnight, all while they laughed behind my back. That mug on Father's Day wasn't a joke. It was the punchline. I didn't yell. I didn't confront. I just started planning. I withdrew quietly from their rhythm, still smiling, still dependable. I stopped arguing. I listened more. That's what predators do before they strike. They study the movement of their prey. I spent nights at the office, which wasn't really work. I was setting up a new account, transferring money they didn't know existed. I canceled joint cards, sold stocks, moved funds. One transaction at a time, invisible. Meanwhile, I visited a lawyer, told him I wanted out. No fight, no custody, no alimony. Just freedom. He advised me to play the part a little longer, so I did. For 2 more weeks, I kissed Claire's forehead, made her coffee, helped Emma with her college applications. I let them think I was fine. Broken, maybe, but harmless. That was my greatest lie. The night before I left, I cleaned the kitchen. Every dish, every glass. I wiped the counter until my reflection stared back from the granite. Clear, cold, certain. Then I opened my laptop and sent 3 emails. One to the landlord, terminating the lease. One to my lawyer, confirming the sale of the house. And one to Claire, scheduled to send 2 days later. By the time you read this, the house won't be yours, the accounts will be closed, and the bills, yours to pay. I didn't disappear. I just stopped being useful to people who never valued me. I left at dawn. No note, no goodbye. 2 weeks later, I was living by the coast, a small town where no one asked questions. I'd wake to the sound of waves instead of Emma's tantrums or Claire's sighs. My phone stayed off most days, except one morning when curiosity won. I searched her name. The post was there, her profile picture replaced by a grainy photo of the 3 of us at some park years ago. The caption read, "Please, if anyone knows where he is, tell him we just want him home." Hundreds of comments, sympathy, concern, pretending she cared. But I knew the tone behind her words, the panic of losing her provider, not her partner. That was my real Father's Day gift to myself. Silence she couldn't fill. A week later, a message found me anyway. It was from Emma.
Mom's a mess. She cries every day. We didn't mean it like that. Please come back. I stared at her words for a long time, tracing the irony. The girl who once called me useless, now begging for my return. I typed one sentence and deleted it, then another. Finally, I sent nothing. Some lessons are only learned through absence. But revenge wasn't just leaving, that would have been mercy. Remember the house? The one in my name? I sold it to a developer who planned to demolish it. They got the eviction notice within a month. Claire called every number she had, my lawyer, the bank, even my brother. None of them could reach me. Her last message came through a private number. I don't know who you've become, but this isn't you. I almost laughed. She was right. It wasn't me. It was the version she created, cold, precise, efficient. The man she mocked into evolution. Sometimes I replay that Father's Day in my mind. The laughter, the mug, the weight of it in my hands. I think about how they looked at me, like I was something pathetic, predictable. I wonder if they remember my face when I smiled. Because that smile wasn't embarrassment. It was recognition. That was the exact moment I stopped being their fool and started being their reckoning. Now mornings are quiet. Coffee tastes better when no one's watching you drink it. I keep the mug, the same one, world's biggest disappointment, on a shelf by the window. A reminder, not of them, but of what happens when people mistake silence for weakness. Because I wasn't their disappointment. I was their lesson, and I never went home.